The stock market in China kicks off the year on a high note. Last year, trillions in stimulus and record lending drove an economic recovery that pushed Shanghai stocks to their biggest annual gain in a couple years. Louis Wan is the CIO of the Pride Group. His China fund returned nearly 75% in 2009, was ranked #1 in the middle of last year right here at Bloomberg. Happy New Year, Louis.
Happy New Year.
Now, first of all, I heard earlier today by one of the big investment houses that economic growth in the PRC could catapult past 11% this year. It's almost like people believe that good times will roll along in China unabated without any problems or challenges in some way. That can't possibly be true, can it?
For us, we believe the GDP growth would be around 9 to 10%, and then 11% that would be a bit too hot for China. The China government won't want to see that happen. So I see that if that have the trend for having an 11% GDP growth, I guess the government will have some policies on to cool down it.
So you think that right now the government is more in a more defensive sort of frame of mind than they might have been? Last year it was all about keeping things going, right? Hence, to cut those big checks, trillions of renminbi in stimulus. It might be a considerably more miserly year in 2010.
I guess right now the government still want to push up the economy. For the GDP growth, it would be at least 8%. Should be exceeding the 8% for more than the last years. So for the 2010, we believe the GDP growth will be around 9 to 10. But having said that, the 11% is still possible, but it is I don't think it is very possible. It is very difficult to have the 11%.
Okay, let's pull back and take stock of where we are right now with the economy. Was 2009 a glaring success? An intervention success by any way you measure it, or did the policy of trillions in stimulus create a lot of holes? I mean, Premier Wan Jiabao had warned a number of times last year that growth had been uneven, and there needs to be a little bit of rationality when it comes to bank lending. And we saw that with the banks. Some of the property measures in Guangzhou, for instance, in the last week, we've seen some of the incentives come off, presumably to take some of the boil off asset prices.
So on the policy side, we still believing that the government will still adopting the loose policy or the financial policy to push up the overall economy. Right now, the foundation of the economy is still not very solid. So going into the 2010, we believe the government will still use to do something to push up the economy, especially the local consumption. So right now, recently, there are a lot of discussions about the government policies on the property market. We believing that the government, the people are too overreactive to the government policies on cooling down the property market. We believe the property market will still be doing good because it is a key component of to push up the local consumption.
What are they going to do in terms of advancing local consumption? Are they going to They did that last year to a certain extent. Are they going to maybe create some new policy initiatives this year that will get the domestic economy going even stronger? Do you see something new coming down the line?
I guess for this year, the government will cut the tax will be heavily, and then to push up the local.
Cut what tax?
For example, the salary tax, and then to increase the salary of the civil servants. So that would be the key area to push up the economy. In addition to that, the government will speed up the urbanization, and then to allow more rural areas workers to go into the cities for working or to have the citizens standard.
Okay, so trying to put more discretionary income in the hands of the population.